What's up, y'all? Welcome back to In the Blind podcast. My name is Eric Gunderson. I'm here with our co-host, Mr. Stephen Barker Lyles.
Hey, it's me.
Collectively, we are known as the country duo Love and Theft. And today we are joined in the blind by one of our good friends, a California native, a country music superstar in his own right, and just a really good friend, awesome dude. Y'all make welcome Mr. Tyler Rich.
What's up, guys?
Thanks for being here, man.
This is cool.
I clapped for you.
Thank
You guys,
Thank you.
thank you. That is
A round of applause.
that is the superstar proven right there. It's
Yes,
the
sir.
clap. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is sick.
Thank you, man.
You guys did well.
Thanks for coming on. Yeah.
Feel
Wanted
like-
to feel like a living room, and like we just sit down and talk, and there's no
Yeah.
preconceived notions, no nothing. It is what it is, and
It's a
I'm here to
good
talk
vibe.
about music, anything country, anything you want to talk about. We're game. So.
Cool. I love it. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. How you been?
I'm good. You know, it's feeling like fall in Nashville, which is
Yeah.
my
I
jam.
know.
Which is
Thank gosh. And
just the
football came
best.
right at the same time.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like the last 2 weeks we've been so lucky. It's been so just,
Yeah.
it feels like fall. It looks like fall.
And the 2
Football's
weeks leading
back.
up to that absolutely sucked.
Yeah.
It was like 102 and
Yeah, it was
90%
bad.
humidity.
I feel like we might have like one more hell week left.
Yeah,
It might just sneak
I'm
up.
praying that we don't, just
Yeah.
because I'm so over it.
100%.
I hope we do. I'm going to put my boat out there and be like, for sale. One more time.
One more time, one last crack at it.
Yeah, that's good.
What part of town do you live in?
I live like 10 minutes away from here, give
Oh,
or
that's
take.
not too bad.
Yeah,
I was about to ask
Green
the same
Hills,
question because I
Belmead
didn't
area.
know.
Yeah, Green Hills, Belmead area-ish.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Well, I
close
asked that
to
because whenever
everything.
someone brings up the lake or anything, I'm like, all right, well, how long does it take you to get to the lake? And
Depends on which
what's your
one.
go-to? Like,
That's why
what's your
I'm not-
favorite?
Dude, I went to a, what was the one? It's like an hour and 10 minutes east. I'm trying to think what it's called.
Center Hill?
Center Hill.
That's
the best one,
I know,
dude.
it is the best one.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
tell anyone.
It's the
there,
best
and
one.
There's room for everybody.
I've heard
Yeah.
really good things. I've only been once, and it was like 20 years ago to
Yeah.
Dale Hollow, like
What
a
is
little
it?
bit north up in Kentucky, I think it is.
Okay.
never
Dale
been there.
Hollow. I've just heard it's amazing. Also,
Yeah.
but,
Kentucky sounds far. It's only like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on fire.
Like Steven lives really close to Kentucky.
Yeah, I'm really close. Come visit.
Visit Kentucky.
You can't gamble in Nashville. You can't do casinos. And so, obviously you guys know that, but for the viewers, and so, yeah, literally like
Yeah.
my addicts of my friends with gambling will
Oh,
go
yeah.
like 40 minutes north
Up
and
to
go
the
and just
Mint.
lose a bunch of money and
Yeah.
come
There's
back
a,
home.
yeah, there's a new one up there, too.
Yeah, right off the highway. That one of the things
Yeah.
called the Mint.
I think
We
you're
were
right.
supposed to play there, and then something happened, and we ended up not being able to do it.
Damn.
I quit gambling
Would
a
have
few
loved to
years
go to
ago.
a casino and
Yeah.
play some kind of games. I'm not sure what kind of games you can even play. At
Eric's
Kentucky
pretty good at slot
casinos.
machines. He's got it figured out.
Oh yeah.
Do you don't?
No.
You do?
No,
I mean, but I always seem to do well. I
no, he
always
does
seem to
do
win
well.
on
I'm
them.
saying, I say he hasn't figured out. He wins on them, but there's no real,
I never really win like good money, but I figured out how to turn $250 into like $750 every time I play.
So you do know how to play
But
slot
then once I get
machines.
to that threshold and I get greedy and want to keep going, it's like whenever I decide not to walk away, I always lose my ass. But if I get to that point, and I always do, and if I walk away, I always make at least $500. So
my old
not getting
tour,
rich, but I'm making enough to
Yeah.
feel like I've got something figured out.
My old tour manager Timmy, he is Timmy.
Had to do it.
He is a freaking slot machine savant, right?
Really?
He you got to lay over in Vegas and there's 30 minutes and there's
Yeah.
the slot machines everywhere. Timmy disappears and he comes back with a ticket. He put in 20, he has like $400.
Yeah.
No way.
I'm not kidding. Like every single time. Like he's the production manager for Meg Maroney now. And
Nice.
he'll send me pictures from the road where they play at a casino or they play close by and he's at one and all of a sudden he's just a picture of him with his cheesy ass grin with his
Right.
fucking ticket
Little
that says
ticket
like
with a barcode on it.
$1,200. I'm
Yeah.
like, how much did you put in? And he lies. He'll say $20,
Right.
or 100.
Yeah.
But we played a casino a couple weeks ago, and he actually was dropping me at the airport. And I was like, all right, dude. I was like trying to find my spare key in this, glove department or center console. And there was like $140, just like random 10s, 20, like smashed down there. And I was like, sick, casino money.
Right.
And he's like, I need you to turn that into $2,000. And I was like, that's not going to happen to me. But I am going to spend $140 to play a game for a little while. And then that's going to be gone. And so he taught me his like strategy.
Yep.
And it's like this pig machine.
Yep.
And he's like, dude, you do this and you do this, and you change the increments, you blah, 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 blah. And so like the 20-minute drive to the airport, I was like kind of wrapping my brain around the chaos he was telling me. And I found that machine and I did his strategy. And dude, I put $100 in, and I had $60 within like 12 seconds.
Really?
And then I did it again. I had $40, and I was like, nah. I just took it out, and then I lost that 40 on blackjack.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are nights like that, and like we used to have our thing like back in the day. It was like hot penny and like
with all
a
the
couple
big
others. Then there was
bonuses,
a
man.
goldfish one.
The goldfish
and like
one,
you
that's
almost
the
have to look for the really cheesy ones, but you have to just look for like the progressive bonuses. And if you can, like, I'm the weirdo that'll do research on like which ones and like what your odds are of hitting another bonus once you get the first bonus, and how you can like incrementally like just. So I'd have, if I hit the right one, I mean, you can make like $1,500 as long as you're betting the right amount. But then there's some times where for some reason that progressive just won't hit, or you won't get that bonus. So I always start with at least I'll put $250 in.
Yeah.
And then there's times where I get all the way down to like $20 and then max bet, and then that's the one that hits. And there's been a few times where I've had to throw in like extra couple hundred to keep it going, but eventually I'll always get there, and then I just have to know when to walk away. And there's at times where like, okay, your ticket says, you know, 1,200, but you know, you got down 400, so you really only made like 600 something. So
I always consider, like, if I ever do win money, it's on blackjack.
Yeah.
And it's never a lot, but
and I've never learned
I
how
like
to play like
blackjack.
roulette or craps, but I've played like electronic, like computer craps, like with a couple guys in Vegas, like at ACMs and stuff, and they're like, all right, just give me like 15-20% of your winnings, I'll win you a bunch of money. I'm like, all right, let's go for it. I had a guy one night win me a few $1,000s.
No
just
way.
Just do whatever he says the whole time.
Just like, he literally just stood over my shoulder. Like pit boss would come over and be like, "Hey, you can't be doing that." I'd be like, "No, it's my buddy. He's just helping me out." And oh, okay. Then we went outside afterwards, and I just gave him his 20%. It's
No
pretty awesome.
way.
I don't know.
I think the best, like, what I enjoy the most is probably blackjack, though. If I'm gonna
Yeah,
play like
same.
any table games,
just
I mean,
sit, chill, do
I
it.
love playing Texas Hold'em too. I mean, I paid for some
I'm
of my college
horrible at
and
poker,
paid my
dude.
rent when I first moved to Nashville here playing poker. So
No way.
yeah, but that's one of those you have to play a
I'm
lot
horrible
to
at poker, dude.
to stay
I'm the
good at
worst.
it. And
Yeah.
I'm not quite a math brain enough to where, like, we have a couple friends that do it professionally, and that's just a different level. Like, I'm just more of like a field player, and like
Totally.
you know, I enjoy it. But when
Fine,
it
I'll
comes,
go all in.
when it comes to that level, like, I'm nowhere close to that. So
You got 2 threes. You're like, I'm all in.
We did a casino in Washington last year, and the first time ever, like, if I'm up a couple $100, like, I'll walk away from the blackjack table. I'll be like, cool, I made some money tonight. That was fun. Got to hang out with the boys, play some cards. Cool. We had the whole band at a table, and we each put in $100, and I was up to like 1,600, and ended up losing all of it down to nothing.
No.
And my rule was I'm not pulling out any more money. And so my guitar player next to me was up, and he looks at me, and it was a $25 buy-in table, so it was high, right?
Yeah.
And so he just pushes me a chip, and I was like, thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
Threw it down. An hour later, I'm at like $3,600, right? Never in my life. I can't even tell you how many, probably can't even count on one hand how many times I've walked away with money, right? I'm up 30 to 3,600, and I was like, all right, boys, if this next one hits again, I was pretty drunk, and I was like, we're going to throw this on black. And it doesn't hit, right? And then and I'll usually be like, okay, cool. If I win 2 in a row, you know, I'm going to put down a little amount on this one. I'm probably going to lose, or I'm not going to, I guess I'm pretty good at math, but I'm not counting by any means. I'm not like, there's no strategy more than just a feel.
yeah.
And I was just crushing. And then so 3,600, all of a sudden I had lost like quite a bit. And then I lost it again. And then I lost it again. And then I lost again. And then I was like, okay, cool. I'm going all in on this one. I feel 4 in a row. Or not all in. I'm going like half in.
Right.
Lost it again. I lost 8 hands in a row down to $0.
Oh my God. So that was
And the guy,
potentially had like $5,000 of winnings that night and down to 0.
dude, well,
Kind
you
of.
can't count that first one because
Right,
it went away
because
before the other one
it
could
went
come
away.
back. But the dealer was like shell shocked. I mean, he looked at me. He was like, he was an older man, and he was awesome. He was helping us, you know, his tips and all the stuff and blah blah. And he was like, I've never seen anything like that before. He's like, I'm sorry, you should have.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never in my 30 years.
And
of
that
doing
makes
this.
you wonder. It's like, all right, you see that shoe of cards come up, and
Dude.
you're like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
I
That's when my
mean,
passive aggressive comes out. I'm like, wow, you're really good at your job, aren't you?
See, I do always feel like they're on your side because they want you to do well because you'll tip them.
Instead-
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. And I
Maybe that's their
And I
shtick.
guess they truly aren't in control of what cards coming out. They're just
Yeah.
turning it over. So I mean,
That's what they want us to believe, guys.
but then again, it makes me wonder where are those cards coming from. If there's obviously people watching and seeing you making some money, but I mean, I can't imagine they'd be like worried about $3,600 when you have people in there playing, you know, like
Crazy.
$3,000 or $4,000 hands.
yeah,
and-
yeah.
Jeez, that's
I
nuts.
played. We were in Vegas one year for the ACMs and hanging out with John Rich back when he was gambling pretty heavy. I mean, we went upstairs with Larry Gatlin. He's like, "All right, let's go gamble." We go down to the high limit room. They bring out a checkbook. He just writes
We
a
just
check
watched
for what he was going to bet or whatever. I watched him lose like $250K, like it was nothing.
Yeah.
He's like, "It's all right, I'll win it back." And literally, down signs another thing, prove he's good for the money, and then hit a few hands and was back, you know, winning all kinds of money. He handed my cousin, who was with us in the Air Force, like $1,500 worth of chips or whatever. And was like, "Hey, thank you for your service." And like, I mean, that was like life-changing money for my cousin
that's
at that
amazing.
point. So, but I mean, when you got those high rollers dealing to that level, it's like, you know. The odds are definitely against you, but to see them lose that and then me lose like a couple grand, I'm like, all right.
It's all
this is
relative.
okay.
You know, it's all
Yeah.
to scale.
You
Yeah.
play a
Yeah.
lot of casino shows?
It's like, 5 to 10 a year, I guess,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, we used to play all the time. I was just thinking about it. We played like one last year for NFR. We
Yeah.
don't play many anymore. We used to
Well,
play
we
them all
switched
the
booking
time.
agents too, so that
Yeah.
might have been that last one we were at. Might have had a lot of casinos
Yeah,
in their
yeah.
Rolodex.
They have their
This-
connects.
This one doesn't really.
Totally.
It's more clubs and stuff.
That's how it works. I mean, I like playing casinos.
Yeah, I do too.
cool.
I
love
like it because it's
casinos.
usually a flat guarantee. It's like they've got a
They
budget.
take care of you,
Like the
yeah.
pressure's not on you always to fill a room
Yep.
because it's like it's for their built-in crowd anyway.
Yeah.
And
They
they
put
always
you in
take
all
care
their
of you.
rooms.
Yeah, it's like there's
What-
no real cost for them. And
What they
like,
paid you, some dude just lost 5 minutes in 5 minutes at the table
Yeah,
over there.
exactly.
Exactly.
It's like I don't feel bad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
What they pay for me,
casinos
they
are
could
awesome.
lose in like 1 minute. For
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I love playing casinos. It's great.
Yeah, it's like it's just like a little staycation too.
Yeah.
Kind of like
It
you know,
is.
especially if it's the first or the last show of a run,
Yeah,
and they'll put you up for like the day before or after.
Yeah.
yeah,
You got the pool and the gym, and
yep.
it's way better than the Holiday Inn Express.
Now there are some random casinos
That's a
out in the
point.
middle of nowhere in like South Dakota and Wisconsin that are on an Indian reservation that are just for their people, and those are
Yeah.
a little different.
sus.
We've done some of those.
Definitely different, and
Yeah.
not quite that Vegas or Prim or
Yeah, 100%.
like Mohegan Sun out in Connecticut is
Yeah.
one of my favorites.
It's
to
amazing.
play.
Oh,
It's
it's
just
awesome.
an
It's beautiful.
The
incredible
Wolf's
property.
Den or whatever?
Wolf's
Yeah.
Den's fun, dude.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
that big ass wide open room.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We played Wolf's Den a couple years ago, and it was the same night that wrestling was at like the big room at
In the
Mohegan.
the arena.
And so I wore, like this like old school like Stone Cold shirt I had or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's cool.
But then like all the wrestling fans were just like flooding into the show
Yeah.
like when they were done because we played late. It was fun. It was a
Yeah,
party.
those are the best
I
nights
went
to
and
play
smashed
there.
beer
It's when there
cans
is
and
another
fucking throwing
show
them and
because
shit.
you get all the drunk people coming out of
Yeah,
the show afterwards,
exactly.
and it's always great. We played there a few times when there wasn't a show going on, and everyone's there for you. And it's like it's cool, but you don't get quite that party atmosphere
extra-
that you know
totally.
of the people coming out of there. They're like, oh, now there's more live music. It's awesome.
Exactly.
I rode home-
After party.
I rode
Yeah.
home on Michael Ray's bus this weekend. We played a show together, and when we got on the bus and we were leaving or whatever, and they're all of them. They're like, oh, all right, let's turn on the wrestling. And then he was like, got on his phone, trying to find the app and pushed it to the TV and all that stuff. And everybody in the whole room, I mean, knew like all the wrestlers and all. And I was like, wow, people are
Really?
yeah,
Still.
the whole crew. I was
Dang.
like, wow, I guess this is the thing.
Yeah, I
no more
didn't know
FIFA
that was
on
still
the
a thing
no more
on
FIFA
that
on the bus.
level.
We're,
Yeah.
Did you ever have those days where everyone wanted to play FIFA on the bus all the time? Did you ever have that crew?
We're a Madden crew.
Madden, nice.
We definitely I play FIFA a lot, but the guys don't. And the NHL is our new one.
Dude, I
NHL's
love NHL.
fun on video games.
So fun, man.
Dude, we used to have this thing back when we were, had our leased bus, so it was ours.
Yeah.
And in the back lounge, we had TV set up with UFC, the fighting
Oh,
game.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we would do full contact UFC. So like, you'd be fighting each other with a controller, but then also be fighting each other in real life. I just saw Tyler Reeve over there. We were talking
forgot about
it,
that.
and like one night, me and him were going at it. We were playing back there, just the two of us, and literally like, you'd be like bracing yourself in the corner and then
Trying
like,
to throw
all
a
of a sudden
punch
he'd
and,
like throw a punch and like you see like your character on the screen go down. You'd be like, okay, here it comes, and you'd like have to duck, and he would just come across the like literally jump across the back lounge and like try to elbow me in the face and shit, like
and
full
not break the
contact,
controller. It's
like
Yeah.
literally like trying to knock each other out.
Breaking jaws is fine.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
touch the controller.
Dude, it was
Yeah,
so much
exactly.
fun. But like looking back on it, it was so stupid. Like we'd show up at these venues with black eyes, like you know, someone would have like a gash on their neck or something.
Yeah.
Like
We never did the interactive fighting
it was
game
probably
and
smart.
fighting in
And
person.
it was really stupid.
but we
of us.
always did fight on the bus, like
Oh, yeah.
wrestling and all
Yeah.
sorts of shit. I mean, it was chaos. We did a cruise in 2019, the Brantley Gilbert Kick It in the Ship. And when it docked in Mexico, we, were just walking around exploring, and we each bought a luchador mask for our
Yes.
football teams.
Yes.
And then flash forward the end of the cruise. This was on the cruise. We texted one of our buddies, and it was Timmy again. Timmy, put your mask on as soon as there's gonna be a knock on your door, and as soon as our merch dude like opens the door, you need to already have your mask on behind him, because we're about to like flank the shit out of your cruise hotel room. He's like, hell yeah. And so our buddy Churro, he opens the door and sees us, and he's like, what the, and we're all in our luchador masks,
Right.
and just bum rush his ass in the room. And when he turns around to run, he literally, it's all on tape, he turns around and goes, shit, let me get my mask. And he turns around and Timmy's just right there. Whew, boom. And we just full on like 8 dudes battle royal in this
That's
hotel
awesome.
room with
That's
our
really
masks
cool.
on, and it was mayhem.
See,
Yeah.
this is the behind the scenes stuff on the road that people
Yeah.
don't know happens.
We're all just 12-year-old boys.
Exactly.
And being in a duo, it's like I love cruises, love them. And Eric, it's like one of his least favorite things to do. So it's like someone's like, "Hey, you guys want to come play this cruise?" And I'm like, "Well, I have to like pitch it to Eric and talk Eric into it." 'Cause, like, I mean, we went on this one cruise, amazing play. Eric didn't even get off the boat or leave his room unless we had a show or a meet and greet the whole trip.
Yeah, and it's not even like I don't get seasick. It's just
Yeah.
like if I go on vacation, I'm the kind of guy that wants to go sit on a beach in the same spot and just literally relax and do nothing. Like
Yeah.
I feel like on a cruise, even though I don't do much, like I feel like the pressure to do things because there's so many activities and stuff going on, like
Yeah.
makes me feel anxious and unrelaxed the whole time. Just because I feel like, oh well, this stuff is planned for me, I should be doing it,
And
but
y-
I just want to relax and hang out. And
Yeah,
do
you have to
nothing.
go to dinner at
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
time they say.
Like, if I want to eat dinner at 4
Yeah.
o'clock in the afternoon or 1 in the morning, like I
feel
don't
that.
like being on that schedule of like.
Yeah.
It almost feels like you're on a floating prison in a sense. And then,
Totally.
Wow, okay, that's a little much.
Cruises are fun, but I do get the perspective.
Yeah.
We did like the.
I think I like them more now than I used to.
Yeah. What's the C2C in the UK?
Yep.
So I had gone over and done a couple shows quite a few years ago, and then I was on a tour, really short one. It was like 6 shows, but it was across England and then over to Germany. And
Nice.
they created this, and it was with a couple other artists. It was with Willie Jones and Tennille Arts, and they're like, "Hey, so for the Germany part, we're gonna, you're gonna get here, you're gonna get on this plane or this train. We're gonna go here, and then we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do this, blah blah blah." And my best friend is from Germany. He was an exchange student in high school
Cool.
to California, and he's been my best friend ever since. And he actually lives in Nashville now. But because of that, I had been to Germany so many times, and it's the whole thing is definitely, built around people that have never been there, and to travel, make it easy
Right.
and smooth, and all these stops and these things. And I was like, I'm not doing any of that stuff, guys. They're like, what? No. What do you mean? This is the schedule. I was like, no, for sure not. I'm going to go just do my own thing.
Yeah.
I've been to Germany like 10 times. I was like, there's places I want to go, places I want to see in the little amount of time I have here.
Right.
Things I want to see again. I'm good, but I'll see you guys at sound check and stuff. And they were totally fine with it,
Right.
but it was like the same thing. I didn't want to be on this very strict
Yeah.
5-day thing for these 3 shows. And I'd get to like a city a whole day before where they would be chilling with like locals that were hosting them, but like kind of just chilling at their house. And
Yeah.
I was just I was like, no. So kind of like the same thing you said, but a little backwards, because I wasn't just sitting in a room. I was just doing my own thing, but I don't like, I like schedules if I make them.
Yeah.
I
C
don't-
to C was fun though, probably, huh? We've never
Yeah.
played that.
Well, I didn't,
Yeah.
I've never done like the actual real thing. It was like a couple of the side little shows.
Yeah, that's what we've done. We've always been over there, like
During it,
Like we just
but-
did a tour in Germany and Austria, and like every city we went to, was either C2C, Berlin, Munich, or wherever else had just happened there. So, and the night we were playing in the other city, like, 4 hours away is the big C2C show. So it's we're like, okay, well, maybe we would have had better turnout if this hadn't been going on. But
sold a lot of CDs, though.
We did. We sold a lot of CDs. But at the same time, we were kind of bummed that we weren't on that actual show because everyone from Germany and Austria was going to those shows.
The diehard.
Because they never really have that over there.
Yeah.
So,
dude, I had remember our Germany show in my friend's hometown. And I was told, like, hey, because I was playing acoustic solo. And they're like, tell stories, like, don't worry about, like, I mean, I know they all speak English, right, for the most part, like, very well. And, like, don't worry about, like, a language barrier. Like, they want stories. They want to connect with you, like, really, like, bond with these fans and stuff.
Right.
And so first few shows, great. Last show, I'm, like, telling this story. And this, like, older guy, older German man in a cowboy hat says, you just shut up already. No more stories. We don't want to hear about why you write your songs. Just fucking sing.
Oh my.
Dang.
And I literally was just like, I was.
So what'd you do? Just, all right, cool.
I was like, just kind of in shock a little bit. I was like, it was pretty aggressive and from the back of the room and long. He talked for a long time. And I was just like, kind of just thinking for a second, chill, relax. Yeah. You don't have to say or do anything.
Right.
And I think, like, right before I probably did come back with some, like, smart ass thing, bunch of, like, the German fans, they were like, you shut the fuck up. We like this. This is awesome. Shut the fuck, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna keep fucking talking. It was funny, but yeah, it's, I don't know. From what I was told, it didn't matter. All the people at the shows that night, or the show that night and the shows before, that loved the whole thing. The only thing that sticks with you is the one person. The one person talking shit.
They told us the same thing, though, didn't they? Kind of like when
I mean, they were like, no, just do your thing. Like, most of us understand it. But then we did have every night at least one person. One night it would be a nice thing, like, hey, if we understand what you're saying, but if you could speak a little bit slower, that would actually help us. And then the next night is, I don't know why you pompous Americans think that we all speak your stupid language. You're in Germany. You should learn to speak German. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, I mean, which I get that. But at the same time, it's like, you're an American country singer. Like, that's a pretty big expectation. You expect
100%.
the act that's coming over that's never been there, that's there for the first time, to not speak German. Like, sorry, you've had to learn English most of your life because a lot of people in Europe speak it. It's a commonly spoken language. Like,
universal
globally.
language.
So
had Germany World War II. Yeah. German was going to be the universal language.
Mm-hmm.
We would all sound very angry.
Man in the High Castle? Is that what that's about?
Yeah.
We would all sound very angry.
Yeah, Germans, even when they're being nice, you have to, like, kind of take stock of the situation and be like, all right, was that a mean thing you just said to me, or does your language just sound that way?
Is there an ulterior motive to this grunt in your sound?
Yeah, you can get in trouble if you talk about Hitler's speeches and what he was actually saying versus the delivery and, like, why it sounded so angry and everything else. It's like, you tell that to the wrong person. They're like, oh, you're a Nazi sympathizer. Like, well, no, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, if you listen to things people say and you can't understand it and you just go by the tone in their voice, I can understand why people just assume that someone is an absolute asshole. That's probably a poor example because we're talking about the Holocaust, but it is what it is.
In the blind.
Not saying I'm
somebody's
a Holocaust
blind to
denier
Nazi culture.
Sorry guys. I am not. Just for anyone who might try to go there.
But no, Bachelor, my best friend, always sounds pissed off.
Yeah.
And he speaks perfect.
You said
fluent.
He's the one that's from Germany.
From Germany, yeah. He speaks perfect fluent English. A lot of people don't even think he's from Germany.
Really?
But he, he definitely can sound very mean.
How long has he been here? In Nashville.
He's been here for probably like 2 or 3 years now.
Does he like it?
Oh, okay, well.
Yeah, he loves it.
That's cool.
It's cool.
What does he do for work?
So he's actually the vice president of ESL, like the Electronic Sports League. So he does cool. like those every continent a year huge, like 80,000 person tournaments for, like, League of Legends and
really cool.
Battlefield and all that.
Dude, that's so random and cool.
Yeah. My first time visiting him in Cologne, Germany is where he's from. He was like a bottom feeder, lower level office for the company. And then now here we are, like 15 years later, and like 4 months ago, he just got not upgraded, promoted. Got upgraded.
Awesome.
He did get upgraded.
So that whole world is wild to me. I was just talking about it to somebody last night. He was telling me about his Twitch gaming setup and, like, just like what he does and the kind of money he makes doing it, like, blew my mind.
Yeah, you can make
I
a
mean,
bunch on Twitch.
Dude, it's
I
wild.
think we had a guest on here once was telling us about it, and I was like, literally, as soon as he said that, I like went and like started looking.
Was that
into
Drew
this, like,
Green?
Yeah, it was like, oh, I play a lot. Like, I wonder if people would want to watch me.
Yeah.
And
So Drew Green plays Twitch?
Yeah,
or he's like, I don't forget
a
the name of the
huge
game he was
gamer.
playing, but he was like, yeah, I'll just turn on my stream and just let it go, and I'm just playing. Because I asked him, I was like, well, what do you do, like, to escape, like, this business, mental health can be a real thing. Like, what do you do when you just need to get away for a minute? And he's like, I just go sit down in my rig, turn on my stream, and
Yeah,
I just go and I play.
He started telling us how much money they make, and it's because you get subscriptions or whatever. So people like pay to watch you. I don't know.
Yeah, someone was telling me it's not like some of the people that aren't even like the top tier, like the real professional players. It's like these people, like they develop a fan base just because of their persona while they're playing.
No, yeah, it's exactly what
And
it
I was
is.
like, I mean, these
How
people
do
have
you
million.
build that, though? Like,
I don't know.
I've always
I
thought
don't
about
know.
the only game I'd be good enough to play and have people actually watch is probably this game called Duck Game, and it's the dumbest, best game that's ever been made.
Duck Game.
Yeah, dude.
All right, please do tell.
So Duck Game, this is our number one game that we play on the road. And actually Bastian, my German friend, 3 or 4 years ago on the road, I get on the bus, he's like, hey dude, I bought you this game. It's the best thing you're ever gonna play in your life. Turn it on. And so we start playing it. I'm like, this is terrible. It's like 8-bit. It looks super old on
Is it like
purpose.
Duck Hunt?
No, it's like Smash Bros.
Uh-huh.
But you are these ducks,
Okay.
and you put on a different mask for an identity, basically, and you just every map could be 4 seconds long before everybody dies, or 3 minutes if somebody's good or whatever,
Right.
blah blah. And it's the first one to win 10 rounds, basically. And I was like, "How much was this?" He goes, $12. I was like, "I'm gonna need that $12 back. I think this game sucks." And then, literally, dude, 6 months later, we were like, "Let's try that Duck Game again."
Yeah.
And I think we have like 500 hours on that game, probably
Wow.
over years and years, right?
That's crazy.
It's super addictive. I mean, we settle arguments and bets over Duck Game.
All right, let's
Yeah.
play it out on Duck Game,
Yeah, let's
bro.
do it on Duck Game.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
You guys would settle with actual like elbows to
Right,
the
yeah.
eyes and stuff. And
I can't believe I've
I
never
am
heard of this.
by far the absolute Duck King at that
Are
game.
you?
And I feel like I could have a
Duck
Twitch
King.
channel.
What console is it on?
It's on everything but Xbox.
Really?
And you can play online, like cross console.
Really?
But online sucks. You're playing against these kids on PC that like
They're just
have hacks and
masters,
stuff, and
right?
like
Yeah.
they're like flying across the screen. And I know you can't do that
Yeah.
because I know everything.
You're a
you can do.
purist.
I'm a purist. I'm a purist.
do that.
Yeah, purist S5 is what I play on. My controller, no hacks, and I be whooping ass.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Tail feathers
That's
all
impressive.
day.
Well, we're
That's
gonna have
impressive.
to get it.
Yeah, but it's definitely worth $12.
You need to look and see
Alright,
if people are playing on Twitch and see if you can get on there.
Dude.
I'm
But how do you
gonna
get a
look
Twitch
into
following?
it.
I don't feel like me posting on my music page being like, guys, I'm playing Duck Game online if y'all want to watch.
Think about it. All you need is $500 paying $5 a month. And then all of a sudden, you're making a bunch of money every month and playing your
What are
video
they
games.
subscribing
you're
for
sub-
though?
They subscribe to
watch
your
you
channel
play.
to watch you play.
Oh, you can't just watch somebody for free.
Not,
Usually
I don't know
not.
that I know
I
of.
mean,
I mean, you can.
I mean,
but
I was.
you-
That's a good question.
But you don't
because,
need to do
I
that.
follow a few people on Twitch, and it's like I can get on there for free to watch them. But if I want to watch their premium content when they're actually playing, then you have to pay for the subscription.
I think people, the intrigue for like my son, what he was so he can learn how to get better from his angle, and then also he likes the people are just characters. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, even like my kids, they'll watch these YouTube videos of other people playing this game. I'm like, well, can't you just play it yourself? And he's like,
Yeah.
well, I was trying to build this and get into this world, and so
You showed
said
me how
to
to
go
do
watch
it.
this, and so I watch this, and then I can do it. And I'm like, all right. And so basically, they're just doing
Tutorials.
watching DIY videos
Kinda,
that
yeah.
I watch to fix
Like-
a truck engine. Same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, like getting stuck on a game back in the day when we were kids.
The worst.
You'd go and you'd get like the magazine or the
Yes.
or
Exactly.
the walkthrough, right?
Yeah, for like what was it?
That's before
like
the
fighting
internet, guys.
game. Like,
Yeah.
Zelda.
any of those fighting games? No, not Zelda. The one like.
Like Mortal Kombat, Street
Mortal
Fighter.
Kombat, Street Fighter.
You get
yeah.
all like the
yeah, you get like the
moves.
codes.
special moves and the
Yeah.
combinations. If you click certain patterns and stuff, it would unlock like a secret move. And,
Yeah,
or Street Fighter, dude.
I used to love that.
That was a
like,
good
where are
one.
those games now?
it doesn't matter. Duck Game
They're
is
still
here.
out there.
Duck Game is here.
hits
It's
so-
made by Adult Swim. It's also hella funny.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, like it's just hella funny, fun, addictive, and maddening for anybody that plays
Right.
against me.
All right, I'm gonna have to look into this. Get
This'll
really
be
good
my-
at it, and then challenge you.
Yeah, this will be my intro to my Twitch promotion.
Yeah.
It'll be
Yeah, I like it.
yeah,
And
we'll
it's-
cut
we'll
it
cut this all
maddening
together for
anybody
you, and
that
we'll get it.
plays
And
me.
Yeah, just talking mad trash.
open up
We'll
your
go-
channel and hit it with a bang.
We'll help you promote your Twitch page for Duck.
Well, speaking of, you said you're the Duck King. I know Steven wanted to ask you a question about your
Yes.
connection with the Tiger King.
Yes.
Oh my
yes.
God.
Yeah, so
The Tiger King.
big Tiger King fan over here. Love Joe Exotic. I wrote to him when he was he's still in prison. I wrote to him while he's in prison. I wanted Donald Trump to pardon him. And that didn't happen. Really sad. There's still a chance before he passes DJT.
Maybe Donald Trump knows something about the Tiger King that we don't. And maybe
Well-
Carol Baskin wasn't completely right about everything.
So I was watching the show and I saw you on there and I was like, no way, rewind that, pause that, take a picture with my phone. and I talked to you about it at a show we did not long ago and I knew it was you, but I wanted more of the behind the scenes story. So when it comes on, you are in a room with baby tigers and I was super jealous. And so tell it, like, just, you can give us the short version. How in the world did you end up in a penthouse with baby tigers on Tiger King show?
All right, so we were on the Ride or Die tour with Dustin Lynch and Ryan Hurd. And we had, like, just from playing years in Vegas and stuff, we had friends that just they're high ups and everything there, basically, right? And so literally during sound check, a mutual friend that Dustin and I both know was like, hey, so there's an animal sanctuary locally, and they have baby tigers and ligers, and they're going to bring a couple cubs up to basically to meet you guys. You guys hang out with them to meet us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like a little meet and greet with these
They can't wait to meet you.
with these cubs. They can't wait to meet you. They're super excited.
Can't wait to eat you.
And so we're like, yeah, that sounds awesome. Like, what's the plan?
Who would say no to that?
And they're like, okay, so, like at this time, just go up to the penthouse in the casino resort we're playing in Vegas. Go up to the penthouse, and they'll be up there. There's 2 or 3 of them, and just hang out and
So
play.
cool.
I was like, sick. Hell yeah. And so now let's flash back to, that was like early 2019, late 2018, right? And so now it's COVID. Nobody has anything to do. And all of a sudden, Tiger King comes out. And the way it's portrayed on the show, it says, and they would stuff these cubs into these suitcases, zip them up, get a bunch of escorts, and go and party in these penthouses. And then it just flashes, and it's me holding this cub.
I know, it's amazing.
And I'm like holding it, and thank God in the back, my wife is with me in the background. You hear, he loves you, Ty, because then it flashes all these girls like dressed, I'm a escorty, right? And so, dude, it's this whole thing where I start getting like death threats and chaos because I have an animal rescue. It's called Rich Rescues. What we do, it's a touring initiative. So on the road, we will go visit shelters and raise awareness to fans in that city about what amazing people are doing in their communities, how they can help animals that may have been returned a bunch of times because they don't do well with cats.
Yeah.
A dog with 3 legs that is actually faster than all the other dogs at the shelter that won't get adopted, and just try to create a connection with fans so that connection with us with the animals and then us with the fans together so that they feel inspired to help when we're gone or even just adopt, foster, etc. We're about 6 months into this amazing program. Everything's going great. Getting all these dogs rescued, cats going home, all these things. And then this happens and people are like, you're a fucking fraud.
You
You're
should
a
have been
piece of
partying with
shit."
escorts and tigers.
Yeah, you promote animal well-being, and now you're zipping them up in airtight things they can't breathe with prostitutes and all this chaos to the point where I was like, I had to hit up my attorney
Yeah.
because it doesn't actually say my name. It just, and I don't, and it's not a professional footage. It literally is on like an iPhone,
Yeah.
and it doesn't say my name. It doesn't say anything. It also doesn't show Dustin Lynch right next to me. So whoever turned in that video, wherever it came from, might have just been like got a hold of the video somehow as just like footage in general. It didn't know who was actually in the room at the
Yeah.
time, because everybody else that's in it, it's their name, it's these things, even if they don't want to be in it, right?
Right.
So that was great, but it was not great that everybody's like, Reddit, like, who the hell is this?
Right.
And then people just figure it out.
Yeah. The internet did their job.
Yeah. If I scroll back to that time in 2020, I have thousands and thousands of screenshots of threats.
Wow.
That I saved in a folder for my attorney in case we had to do something with Netflix to have it removed. And he's like, dude, he's like, we're gonna spend so Netflix legal. You're gonna spend so much money. Either wait for this to go away. I was like, I don't really care about it being removed. I want money from Netflix for the damage, like the slander, right?
Yeah.
For something that is not what happened in real life. And well, I mean, it happened, but we weren't a part of like
there's no
knowing the
context,
plan,
right?
right? And and so even knowing they were getting snuck up there, snuck, doesn't matter. Tigers got to the room.
They did.
Yeah.
And to me, it's the penthouse. You're allowed to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And it came from a sanctuary. But so then chaos, my attorney's like, dude, you're not going to win it. You're going to spend so much money to make them just remove it.
Yeah.
Who cares? It is what it is. And I was like, okay, whatever. And it eventually went away until things like now, right?
Everyone's going back to watch Tiger King.
I've never actually, I think it's episode 4.
Thank you.
I've never actually talked about this. Wow. I posted a couple things about it, like back in the day, like little things, but it was very minimal and just like in my story, because my attorney even then was like, don't make it like a huge thing, because then everybody's going to start sharing and seeing it. And I was like, okay, cool. And so I just had a copy and paste. Every time anybody hit me up, copy from my note.
You had to know, you had
copy,
your answer?
Paste, copy,
That's
paste.
awesome.
And it all went away. But what's crazy is, so we're there and the girls are like in the room are all over my wife. Mm-hmm. They're like all about her, super flirty and touchy. And,
like the escorts?
Yeah, right. And Bastian, my German best friend, he's with us. And he's like, Sabina comes up to me and she's like, these girls are like super, super like touchy. And they're like very sweet, but they're very touchy and stuff. And I was like, oh, I mean, maybe they like you. Yeah. And she's like, I don't know. I'm kind of getting like escort vibes from them.
Oh.
And then Bastian, married now, very single at the time. And he's like, what'd you say? And she's like, escort vibes. He goes, oh, no, I don't feel that. And they're like, guys, we should all go to the club tonight after the show. We'll get a table. It's like a little hanging party. And then I remember we're there and like party with all, and Bastian's like, escorts for sure. 100% escorts. Look at the way this girl's way too hot to be talking to me. Which was true.
That is funny.
That's hilarious.
And then then you flash forward, 2 years and the show comes out and they're like, escorts, take these cubs up to a room. And all of us were like,
what?
They were escorts.
That's funny.
Bastian, you were right.
Yeah.
That's wild though. You were on that show and you didn't even know it until now. All of a sudden you're getting thousands of text messages,
dude. And I hadn't even watched Tiger King.
Right.
Like we,
Oh, that's even weirder because you had. What are you talking about?
Everybody's like all hyped on Tiger King, and I was like, whatever. I'll watch it eventually or something. And then I hear that. Yeah, and I was like, oh, I'm not just gonna clip to episode 4 to see where I'm in it. I was like, I need to know the full context of the show. And so I'd seen the screenshots of people like sending me on Instagram, but so nothing doing COVID. I watched all 4 episodes in one sitting. Yeah,
that's really incredible.
Oh, man,
that's
awesome.
Funny shit.
Well, I'm super jealous, so I'd love.
Was
to
there
be on
any
that show.
that you noticeable career fallout that
No,
really hurt you or anything? It was
just like a bad perception from the people that saw it until they
and the people that were probably freaked
message.
out about it weren't necessarily your core demographic anyway. I'm guessing
it's people just talking shit. Yeah. Like all these super fans and the diehards that have been with us forever. They're the ones responding to comments and stuff. Like even for me, like I'd see somebody make a post and be like, "You guys don't even understand. There's no way Tyler had any idea about any of this." Blah blah blah. He runs a rescue. He runs a fucking rescue. I'm like, all right, guys, come on, let's leave some details.
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, it's a funny story. I still to this day, dude, literally like 2 weeks ago, I had a friend that I knew like in my early 20s. I haven't seen in a long time. He texted me and he goes, dude, were you in Tiger King? And I was like, oh my God,
that's
man.
funny.
And it sucks because now I don't have that copy and paste, so now I got to explain shit.
Right.
Yeah, you're like, oh, where did that go?
But after this, I might have to
put
bust
in your
it back
favorites
out.
just in case.
Actually, no, if anybody ever asks me, I'm just going to send them this episode. Be like,
hey, you need an explanation of
There's
what happened?
the answer.
In the blind episode, whatever it is.
episode best one.
Well, thanks for
Episode,
sharing
the
that
best
because
one.
it's so great. It's so great.
It's funny.
Yeah, thanks for allowing us to be the first
When,
outlet that
the
you
first
talked
outlet.
about it
When I asked you before, I was like, "Is that?" And you're like, "Yeah, I haven't talked about it yet." I was like, "No way!" I got even more excited.
He was excited to hear about it, and he got the exclusive.
You got the exclusive.
Yeah,
as far as I know, I don't remember ever talking about it. Yeah.
Cool.
Just
Nice. Well, we'll make sure that
We put it everywhere.
we put it out as the first time you talk
yeah.
about it. So.
Only talked about it like 1,000 times that first year.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I bet.
never like this.
I'm sure we've talked about a lot of other things, but I'd like to dive more into your music.
Yeah.
We are a country music and lifestyle podcast, but I mean, I've been a fan of yours since you came onto the scene. I remember hearing a lot about you, and like someone was like, "Oh yeah, he's married to that girl from, was it Entourage?"
Yeah.
So also curious about that, how you guys met, and but yeah, just I'd love to hear just kind of your origin story here in Nashville and from your perspective. I mean, I know we've talked about it before, but you know, it's always intriguing to hear a different side when you're under the gun and
totally
on camera. So
yeah, that I just hit 10 years here.
Okay.
In May. Putting the whole 10-year town to the test.
yeah,
Nice.
Right. Which feels crazy because it feels like I just moved here.
I feel like I've known you for way longer than that.
10 years, right?
But
Well, it feels like I just moved here, but it feels like a quarter of my life, which it
Yeah,
is.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I moved here right before I turned 30, and I'm going to be 40 in February.
yeah. I just turned 40 this year.
40 February. Yeah.
40 club.
Yeah, it feels nice, so I guess.
Fourth floor is
Ish.
all right. I like the fourth floor.
Fourth floor. It's good.
It doesn't
better
really feel
than the
any
penthouse
different than
with
the
escorts
third floor,
and
so I'm just gonna keep it going.
Yeah, but that I had I'm from Northern California, right outside Sacramento, and so I had just always grew up in a little farm town, and there's like 2 drummers when you're in high school. There's like 1 bass player. It's just it's super incestual, the tiny little music.
So they were
community.
definitely in your band.
Yeah, definitely. We all like formed bands and then switched members and formed bands and stuff. And played all through high school, and then when I was 18, 19, I joined a band that so I worked at Red Robin for a long time, and this dude came in and he's like, "Hey man," he's like, "I live in Sacramento. It's like 45 minutes away," and he's like, "We just started this band and we need a guitar player. I don't know what you're doing." So I went and tried out, became the guitar player. Then within like 2 months, I was the singer with the other singer, and so we both played guitar. We both did like kind of like a dual vocal type thing, and it was like a indie rock, like a Warped Tour band, right?
Nice.
And we ended up getting a record deal like right away,
Nice.
and it was pretty crazy. And we did like Warped Tour. We toured forever. We had CDs come out in like every FYE and Best Buy in America. Like
Wow.
signed a major deal in Japan. All these like crazy things, and I was 18, 19 years old.
What was the name of the band? Come on.
Nah.
No.
Yeah, you can find it pretty easy.
Yeah, okay.
Put it this way, I was 18, 19 in that Warped Tour era. My voice is much higher than it is right now.
Gotcha.
Me talking
Yeah.
that, like pop, like how high can you make your voice kind of thing. But yeah, so the band did really well. It was cool. Eventually the band breaks up, start a new band. That band gets a deal. That band breaks up. I go back to school, go to Sac State, get an econ degree. Chose like the hardest shit possible.
Right.
I don't know. I was going to do music, and then I was like, it just made everything I love. Homework was my passion, and then I hated it. It made me not want to do music stuff because everything, like the homework was like, do this, learn this. And then in my free time, instead of playing music and writing, I was playing video games or going to bars and stuff because homework in school was music. And so I was like, I got to get out of this routine like now. And so I switched to business and then to econ. Graduated, moved to LA for the second time. And because when I left LA, I was going back to school and chasing a girl in my mid-20s, back to my hometown. Finished school, and I'd promised myself, no matter what, when I graduate, I'm giving music one more chance. But I'm like 27 now, give or take. And it sounds like I should be a doctor, but obviously those touring years before, I went to college in my mid-20s. And so I had promised my family and stuff, because they would always help me with like car payment, apartment leases and stuff when I was on the road, because when you're in those rock bands in that era, it's like you sell merch to pay for gas, hopefully a hotel so everybody can shower.
Right.
Sometimes you do the Walmart showers and the sinks, all that stuff, and sleep in the van. And so their thing was like, well, 100% let you chase your dream, do your thing, as long as you will always give it 110%. but if you ever decide you don't want to do music, you have to promise us you're going to go back to school. And so I did. And I went back to school when I took my break, but I promised myself I was going to give music one more shot. And so I moved to LA. No idea what I wanted to do. I just knew that when I was back home doing, finishing school, writing songs about this girl I dated for a few years, and my friends back home and leaving her and all these things and going to do music and her not wanting to move to LA and blah, 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 is when I wrote basically the whole first EP I put out for this solo career. And I had met up with these Universal producers and songwriters down in LA, and they mostly did like hip hop, pop, and EDM and stuff, but like so freaking good. And we were like working, and they're like, we want to do like, you should do an artist thing still. Like, let's figure out what you want to do. And I showed them the songs I was doing, and I grew up loving country music. I always did. My first guitar, like the first songs I learned were, Garth Brooks' Dance and Friends in Low Places and Brooks and Dunn and like all this stuff. But it doesn't change the fact that when I was 2 years later, when I got a amp with distortion and an electric guitar, that doesn't mean I didn't want to play Blink-182 and Sum 41 and turn this shit up as loud as it would go, right? And but even like my first band that I was saying got that record deal, like the other singer loved country, and we would do like metal, like breakdown versions of Friends in Low Places and stuff, cool. Just for fun, But so like it was always in me, and so I wrote all these songs, and to me it was just like pop rock with like a country flair of like the song, the lyric quality of what was happening there and the melodies. And I kind of pitched this idea. I was like, I don't know, I'm a solo artist now. I don't have to care about what anybody else wants to do. Like, what if we do like a, something in the vein of like a Keith Urban kind of country thing that's like a little more me or whatever, blah, blah. And they're like, well, we don't know what the hell you're talking about, but that sounds awesome. Let's do it. And then, so that was, we started recording music, and I put out, back in the good old days, a single on Reverb Nation.
There you go.
Yeah.
Spotify and stuff was like, I think just kind of getting going. And that song started doing well enough on Reverb Nation. I started getting booked big shows in California on the West Coast, opening up like in Vegas for like Sam Hunt and like Cole Swindell and Sacramento and Dustin Lynch and all these things. And then, not Dustin Lynch actually, but all of a sudden I get an email from Dustin Lynch's management company, and they're like, hey, we love what you're doing in California, but you got to do it out here. And so when I flew out here to visit town 10 years ago, I went to this management meeting, and Dustin was there, and he's like, I saw your stuff online. I saw your little 15-second things you're singing and all these things, and I think you got it. So yeah, it was 10 years ago I moved here, and then just been trying to prove I still got it ever since.
There you go.
Just
at what point in that process did you meet your wife?
So I'd been here for a year, and then I was going out to Stagecoach, because Stagecoach is, in your West Coast, it's like, that's like the festival.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the festival in general. Anyways, I call it the final boss of country music festivals, right?
Absolutely.
And it's like
the final boss. I love that.
And my big ass friend group, like, we still go every year if I'm off. Like, we'd all just go and hang, get a house and stuff. And I was I saw her on Friday. I was on Side Stage. I didn't have a record deal or anything yet, but I did have a cool booking agent. And I also did just finish a whole like US tour with Dustin Lynch, and he was playing that weekend. And so I had like artistry bands and stuff. It felt really cool. And I was on the side of the stage with one of my best friends, and I looked across and I saw her, and it was during Eric Pasley. And I was like, dude, how do we know that girl? And he had like toured with me a lot, just kind of helping out on the road as my fake tour manager. Just to get us like skip bar lines and stuff,
Yeah.
I'm with the Universal Music Group, and this is my blah, blah, blah. I was never with Universal Music Group.
That's awesome.
And so, but he'd been around with me for like a couple years of touring and doing all this stuff. And I was like, how do we know that girl? Like, who's she here with? Is she part of Eric's camp, another person's camp, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I don't know, man. You should go find out. And I was like, dude, we just got her. I can't. We just got her. And then I spend all weekend trying to find her. And because now I'm like buzzed and happy enough to try to talk to this girl. And she's gone. I don't see her Friday or Saturday. And I'm like, okay, so she for sure was with a band on Friday that now is out of town, and that's how we recognize her. And then on Sunday, I'm on the side of Dustin's performing, and I'm on the side of the stage, and I look out in the pit, and like Stagecoach is like 80,000 people, right? It's massive. And out in the pit, golden hour, I see her.
Wow.
And I was like, Alex, that's the girl. And he goes, oh shit, we ready? I was like, we ready. And we had this like huge handle of Crown in our backpack, and we took like the biggest pull ever.
Liquid courage.
Gagged my whole way walking up to her, right? And I told him, I was like, all right, we're fun, dude. You and me, like, we're a good time.
Yeah.
Let's just stand in front of them and make them want to be friends with us.
Nice.
And he's like, say less, bro. Let's go. And so Dustin's playing, and he brings out Lit, and they play like Cars in
That's
Front.
cool.
My Own Worst Enemy. They're playing it, and it's like crazy. Him and I are like jumping around, pushing each other, and just kind of fucking with each other. And when it's over, I turn around, and I was just like, hey, but like I had a band. It was hella dusty that day. It's in the desert, right? And I had a bandana on my face, and I pulled it down. I was like, hey, what's up? I'm Tyler. I was like, I recognize you. How do I know you? And she was like, oh, I don't know. I feel like I know you too, blah, blah, blah. Which she said was a lie. After the fact, she told me that was a lie. But then all of a sudden, like 10 seconds, 15, 20 seconds after we were talking, she's like, I got to go, bye. And just like ran away.
No.
And I was like, no. And I had tried to look her up on Instagram to see if we had mutual friends at the time. Because I really did. I was like, how do I know? I know her from somewhere. But there's no service.
And when you said that, she didn't tell you what she did. So like she didn't give you any reason why you would have.
No. Yeah. Okay. And we had a mutual friend walk up, and I was like, oh, I wonder if we have any other mutual friends. I'm like, figure this little puzzle out. But there's no service in the desert, so I couldn't look up her thing.
Yeah. Right.
And then so I don't find her for the rest of the night. So the next day when I have service, when I'm getting closer to LA again, I go on her Instagram, and then I start like scrolling, and I realize she's an actress that I'd seen in Entourage and some other things. Right. And I was like, oh my God, like I was like obsessed with her in that movie, right? I was like, wait, I had like the craziest crush on her like a year and a half ago when I first saw this or whatever. And I was like, that makes sense. And she goes, I didn't tell her that right off the bat, but I was just, hey, what's up? Good to meet you last night. Turned into natural conversation, which met her the old fashioned way, like just no apps. Well, I mean, I had to use Instagram at the end of the day, but
not a dating app.
But like just walking up, saying hi in the pit. And what's crazy?
She stood out to you though, there's something. I mean, you see pretty girls everywhere.
Hell yeah. Yeah, she was the one like instantly. But she before I even met her, there's a video. She was on her Snapchat, and she was like filming her and her friends partying to My Own Worst Enemy. No. And then she scrolls over and shows me and Alex in her video, and then comes back to them like, look at these guys like in the video as she's like partying. Cool. And so we actually have it as this.
Were you friends with AJ and Jeremy? Well, like no.
I know him now. Like, I've known him for like off and on ish, I guess. For like, that was right around the time I met them.
Gotcha. Were they still living out in like Fullerton area back then? Yeah.
Because on that tour with Dustin Lynch, right before Stagecoach, we did 3 nights at the House of Blues in Anaheim. And they came out and did My Own Worst Enemy. That's cool. And so that's where I got to meet them for the first time.
I love those guys. They're great.
No, yeah, they're awesome. But so on my first album that came out, this is awesome. So this video on the song called Real Love is that Snapchat. And that's us just jumping around looking crazy. And this is like 2 minutes before we met.
And now you're married. That's pretty crazy.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. You guys can see it.
Dude, we'll see if we can rip that clip and put
I'll just send it to you
guys.
That
is so flipping cool, dude.
You don't get to hear stories like that.
Awesome.
That
do people
anymore.
know that video is from? Did people know that? Because I didn't know that the video on your.
If they've seen me like post like talking about it kind of thing. Yeah.
That's really cool. And how long have y'all been together now? 9-ish.
In a couple weeks. We've been together 9.5 years, but in what is today? Like in 12 days is our 6th wedding anniversary.
Man, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah,
man. That's great.
Yeah. Going to Montana, going to Big Sky.
Ooh.
Yeah, our first anniversary, because we got married at the end of 19. And so our first anniversary was 2020, COVID. And so we went to National Park, and then we've been doing national parks almost every anniversary since.
That's cool.
And so we're going to go up to Big Sky, do some hikes, decompress in nature. And
nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Very cool.
Yeah, we love it.
That's great.
Yeah.
You ever dug into the national park conspiracy theories of like all like the weird shit that happens in national parks?
No, but I love this
Just
already.
go home and Google staircases to
nothing
or staircases
Eric.
to nowhere.
Yeah.
And like, Yosemite, Yellowstone, just there's some other like out like in Arizona, like around the Grand Canyon, and some of those that are a little bit crazier. But like literally, like I'm obsessed with it now just because it's so intriguing to me. But like almost every major U.S. national park, there's a dumb or a deep underground military base that is somewhere on that property. And like there's all these videos now you can find on TikTok, on all social media of like these perfectly built staircases in the middle of the woods, like literally 1,000 miles hundreds of miles from the nearest road. Like, so like there's no way that somebody could have brought in the materials to build this massive staircase out in the middle of nowhere. And then like people will be like, yeah, we're walking through, you know, around our campsite in the middle of the night, and just out of the blue, like somebody will like walk into one of these staircases, and like they don't go to anything, but then there's always some like weird, like, you know, paranormal or like super spiritual activity that's happening around it.
Eric finds
and,
out
like,
about all this stuff.
Yeah, so I'm
Send him some
deep
stuff
into
on
it.
the Big
Like, I probably
Sky
can't
and
say
all
too much
that.
in here,
See,
like just because
yeah.
I will get canceled. But like,
Or
literally,
killed.
it's a real
Yeah.
thing, and I have my own theories. I mean, people have their theories.
You're gonna be in
about where they're
Montana,
from.
honey. We're actually gonna make a right here. Well, there's
But
nothing over there.
it's
No,
super
just trust
intriguing,
me.
just like what it could possibly be and what it could
Yeah.
be for, and like, you know, I don't know. It's pretty wild.
I got
stuff,
a good buddy that's really high up at the Pentagon.
Yeah, ask him about that.
I'm gonna
one.
see him in a few weeks. I'm gonna pick his brain.
Yeah, I've asked a few friends that are, you know, connected in the CIA and some other things about it, and some of them are very forthcoming, and others are very tight-lipped about it. And so that's when that started happening, and I was asking questions and getting real mixed responses. That's when I was like, all right, there's something to this.
Yeah. 100%.
I still really have no clue what it is, but like,
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a few ideas. So
Dude, there's a where I grew up. It's right here, but it's the smallest mountain range in the world. It's called the Sutter Buttes. It's like 15 minutes from my like house, right?
I love that tattoo. By
And
the way. That's
Thank you,
badass.
appreciate it. Got these Sutter Buttes, some redwoods, and then got these geese that turn into seagulls when you get to the Golden Gate Bridge.
That's cool.
Anyways, but under the Sutter Buttes, during the Cold War, there was a giant missile base, military base,
Yeah.
underneath this tiny little mountain range. And when the Cold War ended, they all of a sudden just evacuated the whole thing, cement shut like a bunch of doors, blew up I mean, it's a whole underground city. Blew up bridges connecting areas under the mountains.
You know much about Mount Shasta?
I mean, I grew up right next to it, but
Okay, so it's like Weed, California is
Yeah,
the name of
yeah.
that city that Shasta's in.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't know much about it particularly, but I know it's still active, and I know there's all kinds of weird underground entrances, and like you can from above, like if you're on one of the tops of those peaks, you can literally see these trucks disappearing into like this rock formation, and like it's apparently some huge
Interesting.
underground military thing in that mountain. But like I
Okay.
knew that was right in that area.
well, this
so-
this one's been abandoned since the Cold War.
okay.
And so obviously when we're in high school and we all grew up watching movies like The Goonies, we're like, we're going into this
Yeah.
shit.
Yes.
And so literally this, like when you're in high school, the internet's only like 2-3 years old. And we're like finding like little like clues on the internet about it and stuff. And like the only thing we get is like drive X amount of miles down this road, this direction, and then X amount of miles northwest, and then this.
Right.
And then once you hit this graveyard, you're going to walk 3 miles past the graveyard into the middle of the mountain range, and you're going to see a wide open meadow. When you see that, you'll look down and you'll see the bases of the missile silos, or like the exits of the missile silos,
Uh-huh.
right? And then it was like on one of them, you will see a carved out grate on the top where you can get your feet in and dangle and basically jump to the ladder to crawl down to get inside. And so it took us like a year, and we finally found it.
Really?
And then we would go, but you're also on people's like property, so like
Yeah.
you can, and out there probably will be like
Be shot. Yeah.
right?
Like
And
someone's got a sign that says
Yeah.
there are no trespassing signs. You'll be shot on sight.
100%, dude. And there was like, we went so many times when you get down there, and it's, I mean, as you go down there, you have to crawl through these little tunnels that are this big, and you're
Right.
crawling, and you don't really know what the hell you're going towards at the first time. And then you get to these huge control rooms and panels, and you see the blown up bridges, so people can't get to other locations anymore.
There's still
crazy.
a bunch of stuff. They left a bunch of stuff in there.
They didn't touch anything. Everything's down
So
there.
like they just disappeared. They just left, and it's
Yeah.
basing how they left it.
And then there's
And then the
and
only
but
thing that's
like,
been changed is by people by you that went.
yeah,
in
there's
there.
like graffiti on the walls down there and stuff.
Dang.
And it's flooded with oil and water in specific places that they flooded on purpose. And literally you'll see, at this point you're like, 100 feet, 200 feet under the ground, and you'll see like snakes and stuff that are completely albino and blind because them and their kids and their kids and their
Right.
kids
Yeah,
over
they've
30
had to
years, 40
evolve
years
and adapt to
have
survive.
never
in-
seen
Whoa.
light before.
Did you ever take a camera down there?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. My friend Costa, best friend from that I grew up with, he's got everything on all these tapes.
That's
Yeah,
so
that's
cool.
really incredible.
Yeah.
You
That's
need to
like my
put them together and make a little.
it's my jam. I love that
documentary
stuff.
of it.
Like,
Yeah.
anything that you're not supposed to see, I want to see it.
Yeah,
Like,
100%. Yeah.
Anything that's hidden or anything underground. Like,
'Cause-
I grew up. Oh, not grew up. I grew up in North Carolina, but my whole family's from New York and
Mm-hmm.
was born there. And my cousins lived out on Long Island, and there's all those old like ancient like insane asylums.
Yeah.
Like massive hospitals, and with all these underground tunnels that connected everything. And,
Cool.
And one of the tunnels came up underneath their house.
Yeah.
And like we found this entrance to this tunnel, and like he'd take me back in there and stuff, and it was so cool. Like, I mean, I felt like I was a little paranormal explorer at like 12 years old, and like ever since then I've just been obsessed with that. So like when I started realizing there's deep underground military bases that actually exist, like I was like, dude, I have to get into one of these. And
the Sutter Butte missile silos, that's the one.
Okay.
Well, I mean, how old do you think you were when you were going down there and filming?
Oh, like 16 to 19.
Yeah, so it's probably been tampered with so much since then, so no one's got, not that many people have footage from, like, because there's only a certain amount of time where cameras actually you could take them to there, right?
Yeah.
Unless you had a professional. So you probably have some good footage that other people don't have before it's been tampered with.
True.
You could like have someone put it together and make like a really cool like little.
It would probably actually look awesome too, like Blair Witch kind of style, because of the quality of the footage from back then. And
dude, there's a door that you open. We got up to this area and then opened this door, and literally if we would have taken one more step, we would have fallen all the way down to the bottom of a missile silo. Because everywhere you're going is pitch black. So you open a door and you're shining around. You're like, oh, it's just an empty room, and then look down and it's just a huge drop.
Damn.
Man,
Terrifying.
I want to see the footage.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's good though. It's good.
I bet
It's
the
good
dialogue's fun too. You're 16 with your buddies and all down there filming. It's like I bet it's so
times.
funny.
Should we bring chicks down here?
Yeah.
We almost got caught the last time. I remember it was raining. It was super muddy, and the dogs caught our scent. And so it was like, and we would always leave notes for our parents and stuff, like hidden under like kind of something that we knew they'd grab in the morning.
Right.
That's like, hey, if I'm not back, this is where I am. This is how you get there.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. But then we'd always get home at like 4 a.m.
And then grab the note,
Grab the
throw it
note.
away.
Yeah,
Put it
exactly.
away.
Burn it.
Save it for
Yeah.
the next time.
Sorry, Mom.
Save it for the next time.
And yeah, save it for the, never throw it away. Don't waste time, right? Yeah. But
You
it,
never know. We just need to grab it and go and
yeah.
get to the spot.
But we almost got caught. Like dogs caught our scent. We heard them barking from all directions, and then you heard like ATVs start up, and literally we were hiding in these bushes in the mud, and you just saw them like coming and circling
No
around us,
way.
had guns, everything. We're like,
Damn.
and so the next time we went out there to go,
You went again after that.
Well,
that wasn't scary enough.
we spent some
someone bring
time.
the RPG with
Yeah.
us.
You planned
just
it out a
in
little
case.
different
we,
next time.
we spent some time before trying again. We didn't
Yeah.
go like the next night. It was like a couple months, and we went out there. They had used a big ass tractor and put like a giant boulder on that grate on that hole.
Really?
And so we don't know if anybody's ever been in since us, unless went out there and cut it again.
You guys might have.
Did you guys
priceless
ever find
footage.
any other like access or exit points, or you always have to
No.
go in and out that
We
same
always did
spot?
the same thing. And also the ladder is like one of those ladders where every piece is in the wall, right? It's not
Right.
connected. And you would have to hang, hold, and then grab whatever one you could, and then let your
Oh, so
body
it's like
fall
that
to catch
rebar
it.
type metal that was actually
Yeah.
built into the concrete.
But the grate
Nice.
that they cut was like right here. I don't know if originally the person that did it had like a rope drop they put
Right.
in, but literally you have to kind of jump and get to, and they're all fucked up and
Right.
old and rusty and like kind of jingly. And literally at the bottom is just like, it looks like stuff they put there on purpose, like in case people fall, like an Indiana Jones
Right,
trap.
like a little-
Like,
Like in
kill
Vietnam,
you.
those traps where you couldn't get
Yeah.
it once you were in, you're not getting out.
but what a good time.
Dang, that's
Well,
awesome.
you have a Netflix connection now with Tiger King. You should call them and be like, "Hey, we have all this."
Would you guys
footage."
like
You
to
can
do
buy
a
it from
series
us.
on underground military missile silos and mountains in northern
before they
California?
closed it off with a
Yeah.
boulder?
For real though.
That's
Yeah.
cool,
crazy,
man.
man.
I got to go check it out again. See what's up to my old friend.
Yeah,
See how it's doing out there.
yeah.
I mean,
Well,
it's
if you
deep.
go,
By the time you park,
send me
it's like an
a
hour
text.
walk.
I'd like to
sounds
go
like
check it
it.
out with you.
Yeah, 100%.
Bring a camera and.
I'm gonna have to check out the
see if they come
Shasta
out there.
thing though.
Yeah,
Yeah, we just
Dude.
played up there like 2 weeks ago.
yeah. I remember. I like
Wish I would've known.
we're driving through, and a couple times I was like, on the way back, we've got to stop, and then we worked it out to like we're driving through in the morning, so like stuff would be open.
Yeah.
And like I'm in this, bought like this little weed mug,
Yeah.
and like posted it on my conspiracy theory page with me wearing like those crazy like circular like blast like
Yeah.
I don't know what are they called like I forgot the name of them, but they're
Something
these
you'd wear
cool,
to
like-
Burning Man, or
Oh, yeah, you would see them out there. Like
Yeah.
that's that style of stuff. Like the people that used to just like hike through the desert would wear it to keep their eyes from being
Yeah,
burned from
it's
the sand.
it's like the oh my god,
I know the name.
Yeah,
but
it's,
I can't think of it. So
I don't know.
yes, that's it. It's in that world.
So
I'm trying to
God,
think of
it's on the tip of my
kind
tongue.
Glasses these are.
It's
Yes.
it's
Like what's the movie where they're like running all those crazy cars?
Like
through
Mad
the
Max
desert?
and stuff.
Mad Max, yeah. They had
it's
them in there.
steampunk.
Yes, yes.
Steampunk.
Steampunk,
Yes,
that's
that's
it.
very, very Burning
Yeah,
Man.
so I posted that with that, and I'm asking people behind the counter like, "Hey, any info you can give me about
Yeah.
this place?" And everybody's just like, get a weird look on their face and turn away, like they don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's
Interesting.
weird. So it makes me wonder what actually goes on there. Just because
Yeah.
I mean, it's a publicly known military establishment and facility. Just everybody in the town's super weird about it, and I guess they have people coming from all over the world, like trying to figure out what goes on in that mountain in particular. But
Bigfoot's up there too.
that's what they say.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
It's another weird rabbit hole that we should not go down, but
Yeah.
I would love to at some point.
If you go about an hour west to the coast from there, it's Bigfoot shit everywhere.
Oh yeah, dude, we've stopped at all those like redwood like gift shops, and I have like 15 Bigfoot T-shirts.
Yeah,
from
yeah,
all
okay, yeah.
different
So you
places.
know exactly what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Crescent City area and all that. It's
Yeah, we played a show in Crescent City once, and that's where I bought my first.
I
one.
remember
at the
that.
casino.
No, it was like a local thing for that town because remember that tsunami that came through and pretty much wiped out
Yeah.
that whole town.
Mm-hmm.
We went and played like a benefit for it. I
Oh,
remember
cool.
it just because it was the first full band or full show that Steven and I played without Brian Bandis, our third member, because he
Yeah.
had just quit. So it was the first time we ever played Angel Eyes as a duo because we had written it when we were still a trio.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I
Was that the
remember-
same trip we got to go to that awesome? Speaking of tigers, the Tiger Lion Preserve, where we got to go. Like,
Yeah, that was in we on that trip in Oregon. We flew and drove out there.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's
Hell yeah.
dumb story. That
I'm checking
doesn't-
conspiracies for Big Sky the second I leave.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Like
Dude,
driving home
I
unsafe.
know for a fact there's plenty there.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
definitely look that up, and I don't know. I just find it makes those trips even that more exciting. Just if even if it's total folklore,
Yeah.
like just gives you something to kind of be on the lookout for, and like makes you pay attention to things you normally wouldn't. So you see things that you normally wouldn't see because you're looking in places you normally wouldn't.
Yeah.
So like I just find it like takes even with my kids.
Your wife's gonna be thrilled.
Oh no,
Like,
I
we
was
go to, like-
literally just gonna say my wife. We're staying at a nice hotel, and she's literally gonna be like, "Yeah, cool. No, I think I want to probably go to the spa.
Yeah.
You can go look for your little staircases."
But randomly she's gonna see one and be like, "Oh shit,
Yeah,
what have we got ourselves into?"
that's so funny. My God.
You got new music coming out or what?
Yeah, man, we got this. So I released an album in March, which is the first half of a double album.
Awesome.
And so when I left my label at the end of 23, we had only put out 18 songs in 7 years. And so I was like, as a thank you to the fans for being patient, now that I'm
Yeah.
going to stay independent and do this. This album was the goal. I just wanted to do this by myself, passion project, put out what I want to put
That's cool.
out, how I want it to sound, no opinions, blah, blah, blah. I was like, you guys got 18 songs in 7 years. I'm going to give you 18 songs in 1 year. That's the goal.
Nice.
But then by the time music started coming out, I was like, because I hadn't released music for a long time with my label. So I was like, God, okay, we're like a year in now of me recording all this music and doing all this stuff. I was like, if we release one song a month for 5 months and then drop the other 13, everybody's going to be bored by the fall. They're going to be like, what's next? What's next? So we decided to make it a double album and do 10 and 10. And
cool.
so it was originally going to be called Leaving California. And the first song on the album is called Hello California. The last song's called Leaving California. Both those titles really don't have much to do with what anybody would think when they see those titles. It's metaphorical. But I was going to book in the titles to make the album Leaving California. But then I was like, all right, yeah, 18 songs. No, let's do 20. Let's do 10 and 10. So the first half still opens with Hello California, and it's called the whole side is called Hello California. Side B, which we just announced a few days ago, which is Leaving California for 10 songs, comes out September 26th.
Heck yeah.
And
Congrats.
so, yeah, thanks. I'm super excited. And
That's
so
fun.
we dropped 4 songs so far out of the 10. And then, so 6 more will drop, on the 26th.
Nice.
And so the Leaving California tour starts Thursday this week. And it
Oh,
goes
that's
until like
fun.
mid-December. And so
Oh, congratulations. man.
Going
yeah,
all
so-
over or what?
be busy. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much all the markets we didn't hit on the Hello California tour in the spring, or markets we haven't really hit this summer. And so, but yeah, we're doing the California spots we didn't do last tour, other than Sacramento and LA, because those are kind of 2 hometownish
Right.
markets for me. But yeah, we're doing like Iowa, we're doing Nebraska, we're doing Florida, Pennsylvania, we're doing Long Island. I'm gonna have to go check out
Nice.
these tunnels.
Yeah.
Where in
Who's
Long
your-
Island you playing?
Mulcahy's.
Where's that?
Mulcahy's.
Okay.
It's
I looked at Eric.
It's
Eric?
spelled a certain way and pronounced a certain way. That's for sure.
Okay.
It's in, I think it's like pretty close to like Patchogue and all that.
Oh, okay. I know exactly
The
what
fact
you're
that you
talking
even know any of that is amazing.
Well, like a core group of my friends are actually all from Patchogue,
Oh.
so I've spent many times.
Well, I think actually I remember talking to you about this when we played that last little round thing that we did together with Craig.
Yeah.
and I was trying to figure out if it was the venue that we had played in Patchogue.
It's in Wantagh. Wantagh, in case I didn't say that right.
Wow.
I don't know.
What's the name of the venue? Do you know?
Mulcahy's.
Mulcahy's?
Mulcahys.
Okay, I'll have to check that
With
out.
an apostrophe, so it's a guy named Mulcahy. And it's
Nice.
And he has a bar.
and he has a bar.
It's good to know because we played at like a rock club in like Amityville once we weren't playing at that one.
I remember you telling me that.
Patchogue, and that place was really cool. But I don't know if they even do live music there.
Amityville, like the horrors?
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember my dad and wife and kids came to that one. And I think it was Lee Howson's first show ever with us.
Who does your booking now?
I am with DTI now, which is Dynamic Talent. They're really big in like rock, Americana, K-pop, like all sorts of genres. And then a couple years ago, they started getting into country, and then we're doing well enough that they just opened an office here locally.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I was
So
switching
you
agencies.
one of their only country things?
And, they have a handful.
Handful now?
And the owner, the president of the whole company, is actually from Sacramento.
Oh,
and so I know him just from musical
cool.
stuff. And I just
Hometown
went to his little office warming party thing of them opening. They have offices like multiple countries, like all over, and they're opening the one here. So he's gonna be in town. So I just came with a bottle, said congrats, caught up with him a little bit, and it happened to be the same week that we were talking about like kind of jumping ship. And so yeah, I just was
that's awesome.
I was like, yo, should we do this? And
That's
he's like,
so fun.
hell yeah, we should do this.
That's
and so,
awesome. Those are
we
the best
just started working
relationships
together.
when they start that way, and there's excitement from both parties, and it's like
Absolutely.
it's like we both feel like we bring something to the table,
That is nice.
and you can make a go of it together. That's awesome.
Yeah, it'll be cool. Most of this year was already booked, and so other than a couple little gaps here and there, for the most part, our new partnership is working for like 2026 and what's next and
great.
stuff, and just
That's
kind of
cool,
figuring
man.
that out. But
Yeah, and that's a lot to ask of a booking agent. It's like to come jump right in. All right, fill my calendar for this right now.
Yeah.
For
And
the
go.
rest of this year. It's
and they're like, every club is booked every night for the rest of the year. What would you like to do?
A rough thing, and and a lot of agents will be like, all right, I'll try, and then naturally the artist is disappointed because you asked them to do something that's pretty much impossible.
Pretty hard.
Like,
Yeah.
You're gonna put
that's
this whole thing on vinyl?
Yeah. So
You totally should.
Yeah, so there's going to be a deluxe version. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about that. I don't care. There's going to be a deluxe version that's coming out in November. That's going to have a couple extra songs, and then probably a couple acoustic versions.
Nice.
And then together, I guess I'll leave something out for the element of surprise. But together, they do have a name that is what the actual deluxe album's going to be called.
That's
great.
Yeah. And so once that comes out, we're going to be doing vinyl, all that stuff. And
Isn't it fun making music and art like without like a bunch of other people trying to tell you how to make your art?
like I fell in love with music again. I mean, I was so
nice.
burnt out. I was like,
Yeah.
just like beating a dead horse trying to get songs recorded and like wanting them to sound the way I want them to sound and like all these things. And I was just like, I was like burnt out and just like dead. I felt from it all.
I feel like you're beating your head against the wall a lot of the time. Just like,
Dude, I mean, I still
crazy
do.
making.
Constantly beating my head against walls, but it's getting to go in the studio and tell everybody like, I don't care what your idea is, we will try everything that pops into anybody's head.
That's cool.
And because of that, we've created something that was like, because when we had our first meeting with my two producers, it was like, all right, cool. So like at the end of the day, like when this whole thing's done, it has to be like this artist meets this artist meets this artist. Like, what do we want this to sound like? And I was like, I want it to sound like us never asking ourselves that question again. I want it to constantly just be like musical parts, musical moments, ideas.
Cool.
I don't care what your influence is that makes you want to say that. If it's because you love Slipknot and they did something cool in one song one
that's
time.
cool.
It doesn't mean any of my stuff sounds like that. But,
Yeah, I
it's
know
just
what you
like
mean.
we tried everything across the board and created something that's just so just cool and real and honest.
Who'd you produce it with?
Brad Hill and Lalo Guzman
Nice.
did the whole thing. But then Cody Quistad, which is a buddy of mine in a band called Wage War, like a metal band. He's like a huge like producer songwriter in that whole world. And so I told him I wanted him to produce the heaviest song on the record.
Nice.
And I've known him for years, and when I got to his studio, he was like, all right, I know what you do and you know what I do. And he does like his music's pretty fucking heavy, right? And like, all these records all over the walls of huge metal bands he's written and produced. And he's like, you know what I do? I know what you do. What are we doing today? And I was like, well, I don't want this to be an outlier, but I do want it to be the heaviest thing on the project. And like, don't make anybody get in a mosh pit, but maybe make them look at one and
Make
think,
them wish there was
maybe
one here.
one day. Or, yeah, exactly. Make them either think, damn, there should be a mosh pit right now, or the ones that are kind of like, oh, be like, I could do that one day.
That's
And
cool.
so yeah, he produced that, and then Brad came in and co-produced it a little bit, and it's definitely the heaviest song lyrically as well on the whole project.
That's cool.
It's called Never Knew, and it's coming out on this back half. And it's there's a lot of addiction and stuff in my family, and it's about what it's like from the addict's perspective, basically kind of like singing to me, but then it's also me singing to the addict at the same time. And so it's called Never Knew, but like the hook is, I've always loved you, I just never knew how to.
Huh.
And it's like,
I just got chills. That's, wow.
and it's
That's awesome.
it's pretty, heavy lyrically, but it's heavy musically too. It's gonna take you somewhere. Yeah, but
That's awesome. I can't wait to hear that.
yeah, it's.
Did you
it's
find
good.
that, I feel like we all kind of pre-COVID, it's like we had our things going, we had our stuff, and I know you said like you had just gotten married right then. Like, is any of kind of I guess not necessarily need to talk about the mental health side, but like I know for a lot of people that a lot of us had to figure out who we are, how to reinvent ourselves, how to kind of come back from just the ultimate shutdown of everything that we had all worked for. How did being newly married and kind of seemingly having a career that was established and doing its thing and getting some legs, to have that kind of ripped out from under you, and then also have to navigate a brand new marriage and family life and does any of that show up in this music? And did you write anything during that time also?
I'd say absolutely. I don't know if anything conceptually would show up that's like a nail on the head for that in the music. But it definitely, COVID was very interesting for us because since we've met, because of her work, we've always still had an apartment in LA.
Right.
And our home is in Nashville now. But we bought it early 21 here, even though I had an apartment here for 6 years.
Right.
But literally still to this day, we are long distance back and forth. We see each other, if we're lucky, half the month. And during COVID, we just got married, and then January was our honeymoon, and we went to Bali, and it was awesome. And then we got back, and then like 2 weeks later, it was chaos, right?
Yeah.
But it forced us as newlyweds to live together.
Yeah.
Right? We had never spent more than like 20 days together over the 5 years.
Together.
Yeah. Or over the 3 years, we had never spent more than
Like
20
Big
days.
Brother reality show, you can't leave the house.
Honestly, we could have pitched the shit out of it as like long distance couple finally gets married, forced to live together for a year. But it was amazing. And, we couldn't play shows or anything, but her and I started like all these like Instagram live like variety shows and like songwriter shows and
That's cool.
all these different things that I truly feel like blew my songs up even bigger. And like created a couple viral moments for music over COVID, so that when all of a sudden touring was starting again, we instantly were on a tour that got canceled, but then instantly got rebooked again. And the tour like smashed because of all that time during COVID, where all of a sudden I'm with her and she's great on camera. I mean, obviously she's beautiful, but I mean like she's great on camera as far as like personality and like ideas of things to do. And
that's nice.
Really just got a very committed fan base after that.
That's cool.
But as far as like the songs, like the label, I understand the model of that. They chase 2 to 3 country radio love songs a year, right? But when you're only releasing that many a year and they're constantly having the same goal in mind over 7 years, everything can kind of just live in one spot. And I would turn in songs that had depth and just real life shit and all this stuff. And I love everybody that was on my label. They're all still friends and stuff. They'd be like, oh my God, this is a career record. You need this. I love this. You need this. But when you're releasing music so slow, they don't care about that one.
Right. When
it comes to like, what's the catchiest one? What's this? What's this? And so that was what I really got to do with this whole project was there's 1 or 2 out of the 20, which will be 22, just traditional love songs. Everything else is very just deeper meanings, concepts. Like I said, everything from like addiction to like my dad dying 3 years ago to like, that song, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to sing it live.
Yeah.
I'm like, my voice is shaking talking about it.
Wow.
He died a little after Tom Petty, which is his favorite artist. And so I wrote this song called "Save Me a Seat," and it's about me saving him a seat at the bar, even though he's not here anymore.
Wow.
But that he needs, even though I'm not there yet, to save me a seat at the Tom Petty show that I know he's at.
Sheesh.
And it's pretty much just piano vocal. There's like a choir and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's just no way I'm ever going to be able to sing that song.
Yeah.
But it's going to be great, and people are going to like
I got
it.
goosebumps hearing
and
you
it's
talk
awesome.
about it. I can't wait to hear it.
I'm a Pisces. I'm
Yeah.
I always
Maybe
cry.
your keyboard player can like help you through it or somebody. I don't know if you got a keyboard player. That's wild.
It's going to be the singing part that's going to be
Right, yeah.
tough.
That's what I meant, yeah.
There's a song called "Give Up to Get It" that was on the first half. That is literally for us. It's about everything we give up to get it.
Yeah, I think you played it at one of those rounds that we played with you that day.
Oh, did I?
And, yeah, and I remember hearing
Oh,
it,
for
like,
sure the
damn,
first
that's
one, not the
awesome.
second one.
Yeah, it was the first
Yeah,
one.
Yeah. I was like, there ain't no way. I
Yeah,
played
it was
that.
at that McKesson one.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
first
the one where
the
people were
morning,
sitting
at
down
the
and
Opry
listening.
House,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really good song.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. That. Yeah, it's just the whole project is just about seizing the moment and just living every day like it's your
awesome.
last, because you don't know.
Yeah.
And just, yeah, it's cool. I'm excited.
I'm
Yeah,
excited
that's
for
incredible.
you that you get to
I'm
put
really-
all of it out.
Really pumped to hear it. And
I also I did a cover on this. So my first album, I did a cover of Billie Jean.
oh wow.
You know, Amazon does those like cover
Yeah,
exclusives.
yeah.
So that was the one. And then like the fans were just going crazy over it, so we ended up adding it to my album once we could, playing it live forever. And so for this whole album, I was like, what's my cover gonna be? And so the first record I ever bought, or first CD I ever bought, was Bush 16 Stone. And so I was like, let's throw a nod to like the
Yeah.
beginning of my first album. And so I did Come Down,
Wow, that's
Bush. And it's you might want some weed. It's super chill and kind of
Yeah.
Are
spacey.
you playing that on the tour this fall?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
we might
should.
wait till like this. Well, because the problem is like,
cool. At least when you got to the West Coast. And then
yeah, at least out
when
there,
there
yeah,
is
for sure.
lots of weed.
Yeah. There's at least a
floating
little
around.
bit. And when we did the Hello California tour in the spring, it was very easy for us because picking the set list, we played almost the entire new album of the 10 songs, and then the ones that we knew everybody loved, like would sing the most to, for the ones that were older.
That's cool.
For releasing now Leaving California side of 10 songs, do we already not want to play songs that they're loving from side A?
Yeah, that's
Right.
tough.
Right?
You're like, how do you fit
'Cause
all
you have-
these
you have
in
to,
in
like-
this 90 minutes?
You have to keep hammering those ones in,
Yeah.
especially now that we're hitting all these new markets that haven't seen the Hello California
Right.
side
Yeah.
songs live. But we do know, obviously we're like the top 4 streaming of the 10.
Right.
So, like play those and then play a shit ton from the new side.
Yeah.
I don't know, just figure it
Yeah.
out. Shit starts in like 2 Well, it originally was going to start at the end of the month in Colorado. But then when we were doing the ad mat and stuff, I was like, let's just throw all the dates we have for the rest of the year
Yeah.
on the same ad mat. Just have one easily promoted
Yeah,
asset that I
that's
could
great.
use. And so now, as of like a week ago, San Diego, Lodi, and Clear Lake in California are part of the Leaving California tour.
That's cool.
But the set list, I don't think, is going to really switch up compared
Yeah.
to what we've been doing already until
Yeah.
the end of the month.
Right.
Once the album's out,
Nice.
That's cool.
I get that.
And you said 26th?
26th.
Nice.
Yeah.
26th.
Well, hopefully we can time the release of this to kind of coincide with that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And-
That'd be
We
sick.
get to pick that.
yeah, we get to pick.
Yeah.
So, I'm glad
Love
that
it. I love
glad
it.
that's coming out.
Head
Well,
honchos.
well, man,
Yeah.
we're excited to
Conspiracy and Tiger King conspiracy.
Yes, sir.
Conspiracist. Yeah.
Conspiracy
I love it. I love
conspiracy theorists of the conspiracy theorists.
it. Yeah. Dude.
Dude, thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
Joe.
we really
Yeah,
appreciate
it's
it.
good hanging.
Making us a
Appreciate
part of
you
your
guys, man.
Monday.
Enjoyed talking with you, and everybody check out the new music. Tyler Rich, y'all.
Yeah,
we
dude.
appreciate you. And
Let's go.
hopefully we'll have you back.
Hell yeah.
Few months maybe once the shit's really kicking.
Yeah.
and,
I'll
see
come
how
back
you're going.
anytime.
Thanks
All
for
right,
good
man.
hang.
We appreciate you.
Hell yeah.
Tyler Rich, y'all.
Go. See y'all.